Om Gam Ganapate Namaha. Kaliyugada Kalpataru, the fifth delight. Shri Raghavendra Gurusarvabhauma. Chapter 111. Sadgati, that is liberation to Kanakadasa, who was born as an outcast. Shri Rayaru was seated in front of Pranadevaru to undertake the Chaturmasya Vrata Sankalpa. The Chaturmasya Vrata of this great soul, Sri Gurugalu, was nothing short of a session of divine wisdom, that is, Jnanasatra. One day, Sri Gurugalu stepped outside upon seeing an antyaja, that is, a person from a marginalized caste, standing with folded hands near the flag post, that is, Dvijaswamba, outside the temple, humbly and respectfully. The antyaja bowed from where he stood and said, "Odaya, that is my lord." Seeing him, Rayaru smiled gently and asked, "O Kanaka, what has your state turned like this?" The antyaja sighed deeply and humbly replied, "Fate. All this is my lord Keshava's divine play." "Vyasappa, have you forgotten what you told me that day? You had said, you too must take birth again. It's not over yet. You will surely attain Sadgati, that is liberation. Look, O Lord, this is Keshava's well. I have come as per your command. Enough of this entanglement of worldly life. Gurudeva, now you must show me a path. Grant me Sadgati and uplift me," he pleaded. Sri Rayaru, moved by compassion, replied, "So be it, Kanaka. How can we forget our past bound? Look, tomorrow bring some offering, that is Kanike, and present it to Sri Moolaramadevaru. Moola Raghupati will certainly fulfill your desires." He instructed with a heart full of kindness. The one who had been earlier Kanakadasa was now born as an antyaja. When Shri Gurugalu had incarnated earlier as Sri Vyasaraja Tirtharu, he had showed deep affection towards Kanakadasa. Later, when he took on his final incarnation, he had instructed that Kanakadasa too to be born again and serve him. Since he was aware of this divine intent, Sri Gururayaru now showered grace upon the one born as an antyaja. Receiving the Guru's blessings, the antyaja felt assured of his liberation and joyfully said, "All right, Vyasappa," bowed down and left. The next day, the Lord of the Noble, Purifier of the Fallen, and Ocean of Compassion, Sri Rayaru was waiting near the Dvijastamba for the arrival of antyaja. The antyaja came carrying a little bit of mustard green, that is sasuve, tied in a cloth bundle. Keeping it at a little distance from the Guru, he prostrated fully on the ground with reverence and fear-filled devotion. Sri Gururayaru, smiling gently, accepted the mustard greens offered with such love by the antyaja and blessed him. He then called the head of the kitchen service of the monastery and instructed him to use that mustard in the day's cooking. The head of the kitchen service was aware that mustard greens, that is sasuve, were traditionally considered prohibited for use during the Chaturmasya Vrata. Because of this, he stood there caught in doubt, unable to muster the courage to question the Guru about it. Sri Rayaru, realizing the inner turmoil of his mind, smiled and said, "O Pattedara, that is the head of the kitchen service, mustard is a homadravya, that is substance suitable for sacred offerings. You must freely use mustard in the kitchen preparations. There is no fault in it. Shri Hari and Vayu accept it, not just today, but henceforth as well. During the entire Vrata period, mustard may always be used. This is the command of Moolarama himself. According to Rayaru's instructions, the mustard was used in that day's kitchen preparation. After the worship offering Naivedya, Hasvodaka, Tirtha and Prasada and Bhiksha Svikara were completed for Sri Moolarama, Sri Gurugalu sent through the Parupattedara sacred water, that is Tirtha Prasada, fruits, mantrakshite, phalamantrakshite, and prasada offered to Bhagavan, to the beloved devotee, the antyaja. The antyaja received the Tirtha Prasada and came to stand near the Dvijastamba, that is flag post. Sri Rayaru came out and said, "You who have received the prasada of Sri Hari and Guru are indeed blessed. All your karmas have been exhausted. Meditate on the feet of Sri Hari and give up this body. O Kanaka, you will attain liberation, that is Sadgati, without a doubt." With eyes filled with tears of joy, Antyaja bowed again and again to Rayaru and said, "I am blessed, Gurudeva." While gazing at the supremely holy form of Sri Gururajaru, meditating on Lord Hari, he gave up his body right there. Though through the grace of Sri Hari, Vayu and Guru, in that very moment, the Antyaja ascended to Vaikuntha in a divine aerial chariot. As people stood witnessing this astonishing event, divine bells rang out in the sky. Hearing this, all were struck with wonder and began remembering the story of Venkanna. They praised the fortune of Kanakadasa, who had once been born as an Antyaja, and glorified the tapas shakti, that is, ascetic power, compassion, and loving devotion of Sri Gururajaru. They extolled Rayaru as a great saint who had granted liberation, that is Sadgati, to the Antyaja. Hari Om. Om Sri Krishnarpanamastu.